All right. Wings up, everyone. Wings up, wings up. Welcome to our G2 Global Network Friday night call. This is our week 5 of our empowerment training. Guys, we've been having a blast. I'm telling you, we've been having a blast learning so much about different techniques and different strategies on how to empower ourselves financially and empower our family and our friends and our various organizations. Guys, we've been talking about agency opportunities. We've been talking and discussing capital stacking and how to get unsecured money to close major deals or real estate deals, or we've discussed business acquisition, how to buy businesses and get into business deals without any out-of-pocket expenses, utilizing OPM, other people's money, and we've been discussing how to get into real estate projects without any out-of-pocket expenses. Guys, I'm telling you, this has really been an empowerment training, and today we're going to top it off with just learning more about how we can tap into government contracts and government funding, okay? So these are definitely calls that we need to be on. Guys, you still have time if you want to text someone and just let them know. We're on week 5. Next, mindset development, as we discuss the power of disconnect, the power of the disconnect. That's going to be
Same
on.
thing. One just the same.
That's going to be on
It's
next
the chicken.
Friday.
It's a chicken with
That's going to be on next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to discuss the power of the disconnect, guys. So we're going to wrap all of this up with some mindset development. Okay, so I'm so glad to see each and every one of you all on this call. I know more people are going to be chiming in a second. So if you are in business, or if you have a non-for-profit organization, or you're just trying to figure out more ways to tap into capital, this is another strategy. This is definitely another strategy and another way for you to capitalize and to fund your various projects. Guys, let's be honest. Most of the things that we desire to do as it relates to our business and our investment endeavors, and all of the things that we may just have on our heart to go after, a lot of times it's just money that's stopping that process. Okay, it's just funding and financing, which is why we're so diligent about teaching different ways that you can tap into funding. Because if you have the funding to feed your project and to make your ideas and your concepts materialize, then listen, you're on the way. And not only are you benefiting, but those of us that's around you all will benefit from your great ideas. So today, listen, government funding and contracts. Okay, there's a difference between contracts and grants. Okay, most of the times we hear when we talk about government funding, most of us the first thing that we're thinking of is government grants. Okay, so there's more than grants that's available, that's allocated for businesses like yours and mine, and organizations like yours and mine. There's a lot of funding. I'm telling you, there's a lot of money out there that has to be spent, and these dollars are allocated for these various grants and these various government contracts. So now, a government contract, when you hear that term government contract, a government contract is simply when a government agency hires your business, whatever that business is, to provide a product or a service, okay, to the government. Think about it. The city needs, I don't know, the city needs a company to cut grass, and you have for public parks. You have a landscaping company. Okay, the city pays your landscaping company $100,000 a year to keep that park beautiful. Well, that's a government contract. That's a government contract. And, the U.S. government is the largest buyer of products and services in the world. Did you know that? The U.S. government is the largest buyer. So those of you all that's in business, think about it. You guys have janitorial businesses. You have IT companies, security companies. These are all companies that can benefit from government contract construction projects and companies. I talk to a lot of you all that's developers that have contract companies. What about you all that have transportation companies? What if you had a government contract that would pay you recurring revenue? See, there's benefits in government contracts. Things like recurring revenue. Things like long-term, having that long-term contract and having a contract in place where you know that you're going to get paid every month this certain amount because you've already locked in a government contract. And having a government contract also increases your credibility as a business, right? So, these contracts gives you access to grants and low-cost capital, it allows you the opportunity for scaling nationally, okay, growing your business nationally. You don't have to stay local. If you have a business that you have a government contract with and you're steady expanding, you don't have to stay local, right? Who should participate in it? Small businesses, Black-owned businesses. What about women-owned businesses? What about veteran-owned businesses? These are minority-owned startups, okay? Startups. You want to make sure that you position your company to become a preferred vendor. You want to become a vendor, right? So what kind of companies are we talking? I mean, like I stated, security guards. What about IT services? Some of you all into IT. The government will pay your company to provide IT services.
Is it charged up? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I want to take it first.
Okay. You all please make sure that you keep your mics on mute. We are recording. Okay. So you want to make sure that you have companies like construction companies, right? What about what we do as a company with G2 Global Network? Training services, training people how to prosper, training people how to do financings, training people how to trade stocks. We're training individuals how to do loans. We're training them how to buy real estate, become landlords. All right? So when you provide services that's going to impact the community and impact people, we're going to impact things like the reentry programs, things like that, right? So people that may have gone on to prison, what about training those individuals or creating housing for those individuals? Okay? So think about that when you're thinking about government contracts, okay? And it's simple. It's simple. When you get a government contract, what you want to do is, number one, you want to make sure that you have your LLC set up properly. You have to make sure you have a legal entity set up properly. Get your EIN number from the IRS, open up your business bank account, get your business website, set up a professional email, okay? Produce what's called a capability statement. And you don't even need a DUNS any longer. But I would prefer for you to even get a DUNS. You need to obtain what's called a UEI number. Okay, that's called a unique entity identifier number. That's like a ID number. So you can't get any federal. You get from you go to SAM.gov. SAM is a system for award management system. That's a vendor database. Okay, that's a database for vendors. So if you have a business and you want to register your business so you can get government contracts, you have to go and register with SAM under SAM.gov. Okay. Make sure you set, listen, this is free too. Don't pay anybody to do this. Okay. So there's not a cost. You can go right to their site and do it. If anyone tell you have to pay $400 or $500 or $1,000, you don't have to do that. You can do it yourself. It's real simple. Okay. Get you a unique entity identifier, the UEI, through SAM.gov. Okay. SAM.gov, once again, is a official federal vendors database. Guys, I'm going to give each and every one of you all a handout of tonight's training, by the way. So you will have a handout. So you'll have all of these terms. You'll have everything step by step. Okay. So you'll have that by the end of the call. Okay. And if it's not by the end of the call, it'll be emailed out to you. It should be by the end of the call. All right. So the documents that you need is simple: articles of incorporation. Once again, that EIN number. This is simple stuff, guys. Business address, banking information, ownership information. This is how you register your company inside SAM. This is all you need. This is all you need to register your company inside of SAM. Okay. So all right, so register on SAM, which is once again is a system for award management. It's real simple. You want to create that login. You will get a step-by-step. Make sure you register that business, obtain your UEI number. Also, you want to make sure that you get what's called your NAICS code. It's a NAICS code, okay? And that NAICS code is a code that identifies your business. It's called NAICS, like snakes, but it's NAICS code, okay? It identifies your business. What type of business do you have, okay? What type of business do you have, all right? So, second, all right, you want to make sure after you get your NAICS code, you want to complete the representation and certifications. You will see all of this in the site. Submit for approval. Okay. After that, you're going to submit for approval. Once you get that information in there, you're going to hit submit for approval. Okay. And once you go through that process, and you become a federal vendor, approved federal vendor, you're going to then get what's called your cage code. Code. A cage code is a commercial 5-digit code that they give that's assigned to you after you do that SAM registration. So it's registration. It's a 5-digit code that you're going to get. Okay, once you're approved. Okay, it's going to be your federal vendor identification number. This is how the government agencies use to track vendors. This is what you're trying to get. You want to get to the point where you get what's called your cage code. So you've got your business to the point of registration where the government says you are a company that we would like to do business with, that we would service. You meet all the qualifications, okay? And you receive your cage code. Once you receive that cage code, you're now able to start submitting for contracts, okay? You're now able to start submitting for contracts. And they've got two different types of contracts, guys. They got one that's sole source contract, which simply means it's the government chooses one qualified company, okay? They choose one qualified company. But that one qualified company receives a $250,000 contract without having to compete against other vendors. That's called a sole source contract. Then they have what's called a set-aside contract. They have a set-aside contract. That set-aside contract means that you're only certain businesses, like women-owned businesses, what's called an 8A certified business. We're going to talk about that in a second. Okay, it's government 8A certified business, veteran-owned businesses, right? Black-owned businesses, minority. So they have these contracts that set aside specifically for those groups. So here's the thing. When we're not tapping into these contracts, that money goes away at the end of the year. Okay? So we're leaving money on the table by not tapping into some of these contracts. I'm speaking of me as well, guys. So, we leave a lot of money on the table for not tapping into these government contracts. We're so focused a lot on building our businesses and obtaining the things that we need the traditional way, which is through lending, which is fine. Okay. Or getting business, through marketing or traditional marketing, and traditional contracts. But if you can get guaranteed contracts, if you can get a guaranteed contract, that would make your business so much smoother. Okay. Because that don't mean that you can't do other business outside of the contracts, but you have guaranteed money coming in for your business from the government. Okay, is that good news? So certifications, okay? So you want to make sure as a business you get what's called certifications. All right. So the certification, this one in particular, is an SBA certification. This is called an SBA 8A, Business Development Certification. This is for federal agencies that help small businesses access contracts, funding for trainings and things like that. So you can use the SBA 8A for funding and trainings, to pay for things like janitorial services, to pay for training classes, things that's going to benefit a group of particular people. Okay, so you can also use this to help close on real estate deals. When you're buying businesses, things of that nature. As long as those real estate deals, it can't be a real estate deal just for you to live in or anything like that. I mean, like a commercial property that you're about to utilize to house the homeless. You're about to create a youth home, or a nursing home, or home for the elderly, something in particular of why you're buying that property when you're using government money. You just can't use government money or grant money to buy, properties for yourself. Okay, for your own personal usage. Does that make sense? Okay, so all right, so certifications like the SBA certification 8A is something that you want to make sure that you have, because when you start bidding for contracts, that is one of the first things that they want to make sure that you have, which is that 8A certification. Okay, all right. You want to make sure that you're 8A certified. All right. So this government program, this right here, is for what they call disadvantaged business owners. That's people coming from maybe inner city communities. They have low resources. They have economic disadvantages. They have challenges in terms of growing economically. Okay, so these, because of their community, their environments, their their geographical areas. All right, so particular people, they would say, would fall into that group of people, things like Hispanics and blacks, and different foreigners that may come to the U.S. A lot of times would fall into that group because of this, just the disproportionate economic you know the ratio between blacks and whites and different groups is so different. Okay, so we can be considered a disadvantaged people, if that makes sense. All right, so for that, there's awards. There's awards. Okay, there's awards for those business owners, those black-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, veteran. If you were a veteran-owned businesses. All right. So keep that in mind. Okay. Also, I'm sorry, requirements for your small business, that you must have 51% of that business. Okay. Social 51% ownership and 51% socially and economically disadvantaged ownership. You must be a U.S. citizen, and you must be able to demonstrate business capability. Okay, and that's where you're going to provide that capability letter. All right.
You say hello back, boy.
Okay. All right. Black-owned businesses. How many black-owned businesses do we have on here tonight? It's black-owned businesses. Okay.
Me.
You have a who was that? Black-owned businesses. We got plenty black-owned businesses on here. So I'm looking at business owners that I see right now. Go ahead. Who was that speaking?
Whitley Western.
Okay.
I'm a chef. I own a mobile catering company.
All right, cool, good. Well, let's talk about that. So, Whitney's company is a black-owned women-owned business. Are you the sole owner, Whitney? Whitney, are you the sole owner of the business?
I couldn't unmute it. Yes, I am.
Okay, so she's the sole owner. So she already meets the requirement of having 51% minority ownership, and she's a woman, right? And she's a woman. So
Last time I checked.
all right. And so she's got 51% ownership of that business. It's active. Is your business active and going? If that business is active and up
Yes,
and
it is.
going, okay, good. It's a U.S. based company. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually located out of multiple states at this moment.
All right. So now think about this. So she's a black-owned business. She now has what's called her MBE certification, which is Minority Business Enterprise. That means that this business is at least 51% owned by a minority owner, which it is. All right. So she's MBE certified, right? So she gets that MBE certification. Okay. So with that certification, the government has to use so much in funding to spend on contracts that's going to service black-owned businesses. This is why it's important that you know these steps, because now you're going to take your black-owned business and you're going to register this business inside of SAM. Once again, you all are going to have a handout that's going to spell everything out for you. Okay, you're going to be able to then become a government supplier of food chains. She has a food truck. She can buy multiple food trucks. She can start hiring. She can start hiring individuals. She can do more in terms of growth and her development of her business. So there's so much that she can do if she had more funding, right? So there's benefits to this. Make sure you guys put your mics on mute, please. There's benefits to being able to tap into these minority owned contracts. Okay. Women-owned business certification, women-owned small businesses, which is called the WOSB. All right, women-owned small businesses. This organization here, you guys know about. I don't know if you heard about this, but they have so much money set aside for women-owned businesses. Women-owned businesses. If you have a woman, if you're a woman and you own a business, you have the chance of getting more grants a lot of times than men. They have so much funding out there for women-owned business, especially minority women-owned businesses. So it's important that you set up your business to be able to receive grants and contracts. Okay? The benefits, you get the set aside contracts. You qualify for the sole source contract. You get federal procurement access, okay, by being a woman-owned business. I mean, it's crazy the amount of money that's available out there that we're not tapping into. They have millions and millions of dollars, especially for things in the training field, training people. Okay. So once again, grant money and contract money is different. Grant money now is official federal funds that you don't typically have to pay back. Okay. So that's what most of us start looking for. We start looking for funds that we don't have to pay back. All right. Getting contracts is good. You don't have to pay anything. Like getting grant funding, this is money that you don't have to pay back. Now, all grant funding, most of it you don't have to pay back, but that's not the case with all of it. Okay. Just FYI. I learned that too. And that's not the case with all of it. Okay. But the majority of it, you do not have to pay back. What you want to do is get your company registered inside under the grants.com. Okay. You want to go there. Make sure you get your business structure together. You want to have a solid business plan. You want to be able to show your program, your business. What is it that your business is doing that's going to impact the community? Why should we give you money? What exactly are you going to do with that money? You have to spell it out with the funds. I'm going to pay this salary for this. I'm going to buy this equipment to be able to do this. I'm going to allocate these dollars for training so we can reach this group of people. And we're going to have some dollars allocated for marketing and to pay for the housing of the place. You have to lay it all out. Okay. But they have grant funding for small businesses, small business organization. They get money for research. They get money for technology. Grant money. They get money for startups, job creation, anything that's going to have a community impact, growth strategies, anything that's community focused. If you're revitalizing a community, they've got grants for that. You have to have a clear business plan and your financial statements. Okay? If you have any type of plans on training or hiring inside of these communities, especially these minority communities, and it's going to decrease crime rate, it's going to decrease the number of people on welfare, is going to impact a particular community of people in a positive manner, then you want to make sure that you're in position to be able to receive grant funding. Okay? You want to make sure that you are in position to receive grant funding. So federal grant sources. So once again, SAM, you're going to register in SAM. Okay? There's SAM contract opportunities. There's small business programs. This is where you're going to find contract opportunities, right? SBA certification portal, you're going to go in there. And you're going to go inside the state procurement portals to put and make sure your business is registered in these portals, okay? Once again, you're going to have handouts for everything that we're discussing. For state, each state maintained vendor registration system. You want to make sure you register in the local government sources, the city procurement offices, city purchasing department, school district. All of these things, industries with strong demands, this construction, janitorial, security, IT, transportation, consulting, staffing, training services, property management. Okay? These are the industries that you may be in right now. But this is the strong demand. And if you're not in those industries, they're telling you the strong demand that the government is looking for is things such as these. Now, how do you prepare yourself to win these contracts? That's a good question, right? How do you prepare yourself and get yourself in position to win contracts? I'm glad you asked. Okay. You want to make sure that your marketing materials are top notch. You want to make sure. Listen, I look at a lot of businesses, you all. I look at a lot of you all's businesses, and when I look at your marketing material, telling you it looks very amateurish. I'm tongue twister right now. And I want to make sure that you're not doing that. You want to make sure that you're presenting your business as a professional, credible business. Okay, so make sure that your marketing material spells out exactly what your business is about, and not in too much wording. Okay, so you want to include your company overview. That's the basic, what we like to call a 30-foot overview, 30,000 foot overview. Okay. Core competencies. You want to include your certifications. You want to include your NAICS codes inside your marketing material. You want to make sure you put inside your past performance, your contact information, your financial preparation, business credit profile, working capital. Working capital and your banking relationship. This should be in your package. This is what should be included in your package when you're getting yourself ready for government contracts. Those are the things that you should have for government contracts. You want to make sure that you're compliant with SAM registration. You want to make sure that your insurance is valid. Your license is valid. Your certifications are valid for your business. Okay. You want to make sure that you've got a strong proposal writer, a contract administrator, and you've got an accounting system in place. Okay. One thing about the government, you don't want to mess up their money. So you want to make sure there's a strong accounting system in place so you're not messing with any money, and you can make sure that everything is tracked properly, and you can have everything accounted for. That's the biggest thing, making sure that everything is accounted for when it comes to grants. Okay, you can't get grant money and not use it for the things that it was designated to be used for. Okay, that's illegal. Make sure that you guys remember that. All right, you want to make sure that you have a growth strategy and action plan for the first 90 days. Guys, listen, this is important. The growth strategy and action plan is very important. Month one, you want to make sure you form that business entity, obtain your EIN, build that website, make sure you register it on SAM and get your UIE, right? Month two, you want to make sure you apply for the MBE certification. That's that minority business, okay? You want to make sure if you're a woman, you apply for the WOSB certification. You want to make sure that you apply for the 8.8 certification, okay? And you want to build a capability statement, okay? You want to build your capability statement on why your business and your organization is capable of handling these funds, okay? Month three, you want to identify a 20-year target agency, okay? Identify 20 target agencies. All right. Month three, you want to identify 20 target agencies. All right. You want to attend procurement events. You want to network with contracting officers. And you want to submit your first bids within 3 months. Okay. You want to pursue grant opportunities within 3 months. Okay. Your expected results should be within 6 to 12 months. You should be able to get approved, become an approved vendor. You should start being able to win subcontracting opportunities. You should start being able to access grant funding within 6 to 12 months. You should be able to establish agency relationships, okay, within 6 to 12 months. Key organizations that you should know: the U.S. Small Business Administration, okay, the SBA, the National Minority Supplier. These are organizations that you should know, that you want to tap into. Women's Business Enterprise, National Council, you want to tap into. Minority Business Development Agency, you want to tap into. Apex Accelerators, you want to tap into. These are organizations that you want to tap into when you're looking for contracts. When you want to get government contracts. Okay, y'all with me? Okay, when you're looking for government contracts, you want to make sure that you are registered. You want to make sure that you are registered. Listen, they can't get enough of landscape companies. They can't get enough of janitorial companies. Some of you all, I know some of you all are looking for funding to open up housing opportunities for, I think, was it youth? Someone on here was trying to do it for the youth, like youth housing, things of that nature. There's money for that. Homeless shelter, yes, homeless shelter. Okay? There's funds for that. There's funds for that. So you want to make sure that you're doing everything that you need to get registered with the government. Make sure that your business is clean. Make sure that you're not involved with any lawsuits or any challenges or anything like that, because that can affect your government grants. Okay? That's it. If you're a startup company, SBA. You can get funding from this. It doesn't take long for this. We're talking like 6 months before you can get funding. Maybe 6 months. Okay? But to start being able to receive government contracts and grants, and with ChatGPT and AI now, putting together proposals for your business and business plans and things have never been as easy. You guys get registered with Claude 4.7, okay? ChatGPT. Start putting your business plans together. Start utilizing technology for what it's worth. Once again, you've learned how to tap into unsecured money, private money, hedge fund money. Now you've learned how to tap into government money funding. This is just a piece of it, right? You know, we only have an hour to talk, so this is just a brief synopsis on how you can start getting registered and getting ready and what's available. You've learned how to fix and repair your own credit where you don't have to pay companies to do the work for you. You've learned how to get into real estate opportunities, utilizing OPM and other people's money and not using your own. You've learned how to acquire businesses with business acquisition funding, utilizing OPM, other people's money, without utilizing your own. Okay? And so today we touched on grant funding. We touched on contracts. This is another way for you to scale. This is another way for you to scale. Okay, listen, that's the training for today. That's my training for today. I'm excited about what we're learning. Please take these trainings to heart. Please take these trainings to heart. You know, we're getting some really good information, guys. And you all are tapping into it at the right time. Okay, this is G2 Global Network. Remember,
Mo,
on
Excuse
Monday.
me, Mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no, go ahead.
excuse
Go
me.
ahead.
I had a
Go ahead.
question real fast. I'm sorry.
Yes. Give me 1 second. Remember on Mondays. Give me 1 second, please. Give me 1 second.
Sorry.
Remember on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we meet at the same place, same time. Okay, it's always at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. On Wednesdays we do product training. We do product training. We train about sales. We train about sales techniques. We train about funding products. We train about different ways for you to tap into the financial market and earn a living. Go ahead. Who was that speaking?
I had a quick question for you. This is Whitley speaking.
Hey, Whitney.
I did throw it in the text too. If I was thinking to combine my son's valet trash company, and he's gonna want to hire people to support him with that, would that change the funding available to me to
You
expand it
know,
like that?
you're breaking up a little bit, but I think I heard you said if you were to combine
A couple different venues amongst mine. It's a different avenues.
I'm having a hard time hearing your question, Whitney.
Let's see. 1 second. Hello?
Yes,
No,
there we go.
not better.
Yeah, much better. Okay, go ahead.
I was just wondering if like my personal business, my personal business is hospitality. I'm a chef.
Okay.
But my son wants to do valet trash, and I want to do cooking lessons to
Valet?
special needs.
Are you all hearing her okay, or is it just me?
It's probably my phone.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You guys are hearing her?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think she
she
said
said her
that she
son
wanted to do cooking lessons for certain type of people, and her son has a business as well. So she was asking about the grants, I think.
Yes.
She said
Okay.
her son does a valet, want to do a valet trash service or something like that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I don't know the answer to that question. So if you're doing a training, it would still fall up under like that SBA 8A. Long as it's training and you're teaching people and it's impacting, you can utilize it. You know, of course, you would tap into with those contracts. You know, you can always ask, is this business one of the business. You're going to receive, remember the NAICS code. It'll tell you if that business qualifies for this anyway.
Thanks,
Okay.
Coach.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So I wouldn't, I don't want to shoot from the hip on you, but from my knowledge, I think you should be able to use the SBA the 8A. Okay, that's from my knowledge, but don't hold me to that. Please do some research on that for me. Okay.
Best verification though is through the next code.
Say it again. Yes, the next
The best
code. Yes.
verification is through the next. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yes. You're welcome.
Hey, Mo, so I have a question. It's
Go
no
ahead.
Terrence.
Hey, Terrence.
Hey, what's good, brother? Hey, so
Hey, what's
question,
going on?
man. So with the grants, I know a lot of grants are available for businesses, but I also heard there's someone that a occupation like they call it a grant writer. When we write
Yes.
grants, is there anybody in the G2 network that specializes in grant writing that is able to assist in this grant writing in order to get specific funding in that realm?
I'm looking for that person. So I don't at this moment. I don't have it. So if any of you all know any certified grant writers that can help us, I'm gonna tell you this though, man. Chat GPT and AI and all of that will help you. Now we have to use technology. This is what these grant writers are going to do as well. But I still would want a human touch on it. So if anyone in the network knows a reputable grant writer that has history in writing successful grants, okay, you can put their name in the chat or just let us know.
Okay, but when it comes to getting grant funding, we have to be able to. Well, because we're not professional, you saying AI is also helpful just as well as with credit as well
as use Chat GPT, use AI, man. I mean, the AI can help you to write your grants. I mean, ask it questions on what your grant should look like. Things of that nature. Say it again.
I think there's somebody background, but go ahead.
Yeah, just use the technology. Just use technology to help you until we find a grant writer. So right now, I don't have a grant writer as of now. No, but I'm looking. Anybody know? Just bring them to us. Hey, Damien, what's up, man?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was unmuted.
Oh, that's okay. I thought you wanted. That's okay.
Yeah, great call. Oh, well, yeah. Let me just say, I've been looking for someone, or I've been looking to get some information in reference to what you've been sharing tonight, and I'm thankful to God that He has allowed this to happen because there's a lot of people who I've come in contact with through my business that have asked me. The name of it's called Solutions That Help. A lot of people come in and ask, do you have a solution for me in reference to grants? Or do you have a solution for me in reference to how I can acquire government funding or government contracts? So thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to moving forward.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Damon. And I've already reached out to your person too, by the way.
Great.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Listen,
just one more. This Terrence again. So just one more question. Are we covering next week the EPOP information?
I covered EPOP in the agency. I will cover EPOP on Wednesday. So it'll be on Wednesday call, not on Friday.
Okay, thank you.
So it'll be on Wednesday's call. Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. It'll be on this Wednesday call. That's what we'll be discussing. All right, let me see if I don't know if the handouts are done yet. I gave it to her late, guys. So what I will do, do me a favor, everybody. Call right now. Do me one thing to chat. Thanks, Eli. Everybody type your email in the chat just so I can get this email to you. And I want everyone to join our Discord community if you have not joined the Discord community. please put your email. Is there anybody on this call that has not joined our Discord community?
Sandra.
Sandra?
Terrence, but I'll get on it today.
All right, hold on. Let me make sure that
Whitley.
Whitney, okay.
It's
Hey,
Whitley
Whitley.
with an L too. I just want to say that.
Is it Whit? I'm sorry, what is it?
It's Whitley, like Whitley Gilbert.
Whitley.
Yes.
Whitley.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it.
Hi, yes, I'm one of the people.
Okay.
I'll
who
put
is
my
that?
name in there.
That's
My name is
Sandra.
Sandra.
Sandra. Hey, Sandra.
That's
All
my
right.
sister, actually.
Sister.
Right.
She's
All right.
90.
I'm putting my name in the
Say
chat
90?
now.
I'm joking.
Oh.
My name is Sandra. Don't listen to her.
All right. Hey guys, I just put the link in. I just put the link
Grab that
in
link.
for. Yeah, everybody get the link I just put in for Discord. Click on that link.
Grab it.
All right, go inside the Discord, inside the chat, I'm sorry, and click on that Discord and join the Discord for me, please.
Okay.
Also, if you don't mind, also go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. All you do is type in G2 Global Network. Subscribe to the channel, because what's going to happen when we download these trainings, it'll automatically come to you. Okay? And then make sure that you are on our Facebook on G2 Global Network as well. So we're on all social media platforms, guys. All social media platforms you can join, okay? Any other questions? Anybody? Are y'all getting a lot out of these trainings? What do you guys
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
They're
Okay.
fantastic.
Okay. And if have you all been looking at any of the replays? If not, we want to make sure that you have those because, like I said, it's some real powerful information that's going out to you. Make sure on next Friday, I need everybody to do me a favor. On next Friday, invite one person out to the call. Just bring one person out to the call. Each and every one of you all bring one person out to the call. There's 11 people on this call now. We should have 22 people. Let's try to make that goal that on next week, we reach that goal of having at least over 20 people on the call, okay? Next week, we're going to talk about the power of the disconnect. I want you all to hear this message, the power of the disconnect. We're going to take everything that we learn, and then we're going to sum everything up, okay? On next Friday at 7 p.m. All right. I'll see you all on next week. I'll see you on next week. I'll get these emails out. I'm sorry. I thought I would have the handout, but I gave it to Lisa late, guys. So blame it on me. It ain't her fault. I gave it to her. I gave it to her at the last minute and asked her to make handouts, but I'll make sure. Okay, it's Lisa's fault, y'all. Blame Lisa. No, it's my fault. Definitely my fault. But I'll make sure that she emails everybody on this list. Okay. All right. And once again, as always, I appreciate each and every one of you all, and I'll see each and every one of you all at the top.
Yes, sir. Wings up, baby.